Going on, everyone? John Matrix here. Hope you're having a wonderful day whenever you're watching this and whatever time you're watching this. Today we're going to be continuing our exploration of the back rooms. The last we left off, the few videos we watched, they had a team that seemed to be going in to explore the back rooms. One of the members of the team, you know, they look like they had mapped out a certain area that they deemed safe. They had some like green tape going up to an area with arrows pointing back towards the entrance where they'd come from, and they were setting up a new area to explore and move forward. They were exploring an area, and they came upon something where it looked like there was like almost like it looked like a waffle in the floor, basically, was the best way to kind of describe it. There were a bunch of like squares. You could like walk through some of the beams between the squares, but if you fell down, potentially it would lead you to different areas. One of them crossed over to a door on the other side, opened the door, was indicating that there was something in there that they needed to capture on film. One of the other members who was bringing the camera over fell into one of these, you know, waffle square pitfall areas, went into another area, started hearing noise, went to explore, and came across some creature, you know, that we saw in the first video, I guess. Potentially, anyway. It could be a different creature, because it did look slightly different. To me, it looked like it was taller and maybe thinner, and not as, like, constructed, I guess you could say. Like, it didn't, it like, looked more transparent, I guess, but it could have just been a perspective issue from how far away it was. Yeah, so he was being chased by some creature, got back, and then the next video we kind of see the team coming back into the safe room, and we see various characters, really. We see a gentleman who has a badge for the Async company, seems to be, I guess, potentially in charge of what's going on. Then we see a couple of different scientists going over the camera footage and seeing the entity and the guy being chased. Then we see another man who is walking from one part of a facility to another, and then gets on what potentially looks like a secure line, and is talking to someone. I interpret it as a medical examiner, after doing an examination, going and talking to some higher up or whatever in charge about what they found. After all that happened, we then see the area that they were going to explore being kind of walled off, you know, to, I guess, prevent access, and the area that they had built kind of a like forward base or whatever, they had upgraded and had put blast doors and blast windows in and stuff like that to yeah, I guess prevent the creature from being able to get to them, or etc. So that's what happened the last time, you know, in the videos that we were watching. Yeah, Stick Boy, our favorite monster. Yeah. So that's what happened last. So now we're oh, and we also one of the brief short videos we watched also showed some cars going down the highway, and then one of them just vanishing into the middle of the road. So that kind of also indicates that, I guess, potentially portals into the back room are just being opened up randomly in various places, potentially at random times. Who knows? We know that time seems to be strange what's going on in the back rooms. So, but we're gonna look at two videos here today. We're gonna look at Backrooms presentation, and then recording 014. So yeah, let's get into this here. Open up this video, monitor, boop, let's go. Async Research Institute. A-Space Perspective Development. So again, if like you're just watching this and you haven't seen like my previous videos on the Backrooms, I'm speculating this company Async is trying to, I don't know what the terminology is, but is essentially trying to create a greater interior space than what a space should hold. With the, you know, I guess an example would be having like a box, and inside the box, there's 10 times the normal storage space of what that box should hold, kind of a situation. So it seems like this company is doing some kind of experiments with, you know, quantum mechanics, quantum engineering, or whatever, to create larger interiors than what the exterior should hold. They gotten spoon fed us a few answers soon. The mystery is great. So yeah, let's continue.
The world around us is ever changing. Throughout this past century, we have seen the advent of countless innovations that have completely reshaped life as we know it. But with all of this growth comes a number of undesirable byproducts. Byproducts that, if left unchecked, have the potential to irreversibly scar our modern world. As human expansion is projected to increase exponentially in the coming decades, we must account for these never-before-faced challenges in ways equally never-before considered. Here at Async, we believe we have found the solution: the low-proximity magnetic distortion system.
Right.
What is the low-proximity magnetic distortion system?
We're actually getting like real answers here. Oh my god.
Using 32.
Oh, nope. Nope. We're not getting answers at all. They're trolling. They're fucking trolling. Going back here frame by frame. Using blank the low proximity magnetic distortion system, blank blank, condensing blank, and allow blank the detectable blank blank to blank by blank rapidly blank, at which point the blank proportionate enough for blank blank. Awesome. Yeah, exactly. You thought, well, apparently I thought fucking wrong, right?
Will be distributed across all points, allowing for cargo and personnel to seamlessly pass through their designated threshold. While our current threshold is limited in scale, future models will be able to span entire rooms, allowing for the transfer of larger vessels and equipment.
Who are these randos? Yeah. Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Why I think the idea that I have is they're trying to create essentially greater space than what an exterior is showing, so that A, they can store more things, which would reduce costs for, you know, just in general land leasing. But also then the idea for, you know, as they've said, overpopulation or population is of humanity is expanding. You could then create, you know, apartment complexes where, you know, you could have these small areas where just, you know, you walk into a door and what looks like should be smaller than maybe a 1-bedroom apartment on the exterior. They could have an interior that could be, you know, a 20-bedroom mansion or something insane like that with all kinds of accoutrements, etc., etc. So, did they literally trademark the Backrooms as A-Space? Ross Boslin's company? Yeah. So, and I mean, you think about it, right? If that kind of physics, quantum mechanics, whatever is involved in it could be done and achieved, and we could do that, and we could create larger interiors than what an exterior is, it would be, you know, pretty revolutionary for what can be done and what can, the type of space and stuff that we could have. Because again, like, think about apartment complexes that could potentially have, you know, millions of people in one apartment with, again, rooms that are, you walk into a room and you have enough space for a normal house, but they're all compact into like one small building kind of a thing. I mean, it seems like it now. It seems like the technology definitely does not seem perfected. So, but I feel like it's a situation where like they got a taste of, you know, yes, it is actually possible. It's no longer just theory. They've actually proven it can be done, but it, you know, because of what happened, you know, some kind of surge or accident happened to create it. And I don't think they've necessarily tried to replicate the creation, you know, since they're still studying what currently has been created, you know. So yeah, I think they're more concerned with taking advantage of what's there in front of them instead of like taking a step back and being like, yeah, this was created on accident, and this didn't create the type of space that we were looking for. So maybe we should, you know, close the door on this and try again. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I mean, that also they can prove that technically it works. So they can go to the various, you know, government agencies that they're potentially trying to pitch this to and be like, hey man, we can prove it works. Start sending us money and we can perfect it. You know? Yeah. Total available storage volume estimated. Yeah, exactly. So less space, more storage volume versus, you know, more overall space with less volume. Yeah, right. Exactly. Insert Jurassic Park speech. Your scientists are more concerned with whether or not they could, that they didn't stop to think if they should. I love that line. It's a great line, which apparently that was a quote from something else too. I don't remember what though. Exactly. Exactly. Who needs logic in the face of making money? So they plan on making like a whole like industrial facility in this area. In this that they've created. I mean, they had technically. What if we're technically the government and we're watching the footage right now? You know, what if that's the twist on this? They're showing all the uses, I guess, that can be done through this. But I mean, that's true. Like, think about that too. Like, you could create all kinds of indoor hydroponic, you know, farming facilities to manufacture foods and goods, and they could have those all centralized in cities and stuff like that. So, like, they could have what would equate to essentially hundreds of miles of acreage, you know, indoors to create crops and stuff like that. And just a small facility in the center of like New York or something like that, where it doesn't take up any kind of space, you know, that'd be pretty insane too, just for agricultural and food production needs. And that would also save a lot of money on transportation too. Because if you think like if you could have a lot of these facilities, you know, in a lot of the major, you know, cities, New York, LA, and places like that, and they could cut down on having to actually transfer food and save on fuel and shipments and things like that. And Not to mention potentially, you know, stuff with customs and, you know, transferring to other countries. Like, it'd be a lot. To be fair, most stuff ever invented weren't invented or thought out for their purpose till after. True. I mean, a lot of stuff was made on accident. Like, you look at the microwave, right? The microwave, I forget exactly how it was, but I think it was some German engineers were trying to create some kind of radar. And they were doing some tests, and they noticed that some chocolate bars were melting. And that's essentially really how the microwave got invented, was by accident that way. You know what I mean? You know? Interesting. See, like, this looks like this could be essentially like an apartment building. You know what I mean? Shelving, couches, TV could be put on the wall right here. There's all kinds of room that could be on the inside for activities. Yeah, I remember being something like that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure during World War II, it was something where some German engineers were trying to create or reverse engineer some kind of radar system or whatever, and they were messing with microwaves, and they happened to notice that, yeah, some like chocolate bars or something like that melted, and they were like, oh shit. And they started experimenting with that, and then that's how the microwave got made. Dude, and this background music here is so like late 80s, early 90s, like, you know, elevator music kind of, you know, pitch music that's going on. One thing we assume is that all went wrong somehow. Since with Kim first fitting when the whole place was abandoned and empty and looked decayed. At least that's how it looked. And I mean too, it's like, again, like, time in this is all out of whack. Who knows when he really entered, where, at what time, etc. So what? Damn it, I hit the wrong fucking button. I have no idea what this is saying. That looks like the office, something to office, the I don't know. Then some kind of facility picture, and the words again. Yeah, it does. It definitely does seem like they open a Pandora's box for sure. Well, and I mean, it's also a situation where, like, when you're altering reality and you don't really know what the side effects of that are, and it's bleeding out, like, into the real world. Yeah. Okay, so this looks like when the facility here is done. The, like, forward area or whatever. Who's this guy? I bet he's some kind of like government agent or some kind of government official or whatever, senator or whatever that they're trying to get money from. And so they've set up these areas and they're trying to show it off now. That's probably why they walled off the area for the creature, not only for their own safety, but to just be like, hey, don't look over here. There's nothing here. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it said Doe, yeah. Doe Tape Archive. Well, it's also Doe Tape Archive. So it's like John Doe or Jane Doe, you know what I mean? There's also, looks like there's a government logo up here now. So yeah, someone's being given the presentation at the moment. Obviously, it seems like they've gone in here enough to say that it's safe to where they're not having to wear biohazard suits anymore, hazmat suits. Oh, I wonder if this is the alarm when the guy came back. The fuck? Oh, they're redoing it now? Are they trying to prove that they can redo it now? Hold up. They said something about something being expedited. My apologies. Don't ignore the alarms. You know, don't mind us. Yep. 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 It's when the dude that disappeared shifted and came back. Yep. So that proves our theory. This man time shifted. This is the guy that went down that corridor, heard some voices or whatever, and saw his team walk past him, and then they disappeared, and he's been stuck in there. And then he found his way back and entered this room, and he didn't recognize, and all these alarms started going off. Okay. Interesting. So that was the first video that we were going to watch today, which was presentation. That was the name of it. So clearly that was someone giving a presentation. So I guess now let's take a look at the next one. Recording 014. I assume this is the dude that just came back that we saw at the end there. He's probably getting debriefed here.
From the Async Research Institute in San Jose, California. I'm trying to get hold of my supervisor, who I believe is currently staying at your venue. Ivan Beck. Yes, that'd be great, thank you.
But did he say the person's name?
From the Async Research Institute in San Jose, California. I'm trying to get hold of my supervisor, who I believe is currently staying at your venue. Ivan Beck.
Ivan Beck? I wonder if that's the guy that we saw before, who may be in charge of everything. Yeah, I think do it for stands for Department of Energy. It could, yeah. Something sounds a presentation for it. It could be.
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you. Clyde. Hey, it's me. Do you have a second? Fair point. So I've got a bit of a problem going on over here. About 45 minutes ago, I was called back down to KB31 because apparently, while the Department of Energy was reviewing our contract, an
You're right. There you go. Department of Energy.
employee managed to 31 because apparently, while the Department of Energy was reviewing our contract, an employee managed to set off the complex motion sensors. Actually, that went perfectly. We've got all the initial signatures, and the contract should be executed by next week. I'm glad to hear it. Back to the problem though. So I get called down to figure out why we have a fully suited employee in the complex after hours on an off day. Well, I have no idea who this is. He's definitely not on the project.
Interesting. So he's saying he doesn't know who this person is and he's not part of the project. So it could be that they deem this man like MIA or something like that. Or this could indicate we're starting to get into some fucking multiversal shit. This guy shifted from another universe to here. And in this universe, he was never part of the Async, but in the other universe where he came from, he was. We could be getting into even some crazier bullshit.
Well, I tried to talk to him, but he's completely disoriented. He doesn't seem to...
Yeah, this is the guy who in that one video was with the group. He, you know, was going out there initially drawing out the red line with this group. He turned down the corner because he heard voices was saying, hey, do you guys hear this? None of them acknowledged him. He turns around, he sees the group of three guys walk past, or three people walk past. And then we see like the screen like go blue for a second, and then he's alone. And then he's wandering around for a while, and then eventually he makes his way back, finds an area he goes into, and it's some kind of like server looking room with the lights out. Then all of a sudden a bunch of alarms go off. Right? Yeah, exactly. And it seemed like no one responded to him. So yeah, either it's a situation where the company, you know, deemed him MIA or KIA or something like that. You know, they just deemed that something happened to him. He disappeared. And so, yeah, they swept him under the rug. They covered it up. Or we're getting into some kind of multiversal stuff, and this dude shifted from one universe to another. Again, a situation where in the universe he came from, he was part of the Async team to go in there and check out, you know, the initial investigation of the Backrooms. And then the universe that he shifted to, he was never a part of it. So I mean, yeah, this could be again getting into some other crazy bullshit. Let's rewind this a little bit. But yeah, so right now some guy who I guess is in charge of the facility while the main person is away somewhere is calling up his supervisor, and he's trying to say, hey, we just had a motion sensor trip in you know, this staging area, and we have a guy now who's claiming to be a part of the Async facility and team who investigated the Backrooms, but there's no record of him being a part of this.
He's definitely not on the project. That's why we have a fully suited employee in the complex after hours on an off day.
Fully suited employee in the complex on an off day, and he's not part of the project.
Well, I have no idea who this is. He's definitely not on the project. Well, I tried to talk to him, but he's completely disoriented.
And like, what is with the wording here. Like it's like some of it's upside down, some of it's backwards. That's totally possible. However, so covering up his appearance, it very well could be. Yeah, it could be, again, yeah, a situation where they're trying to cover up any kind of issues to make things look like everything's running squeaky clean for that government money. Like you said, they're trying to get contracts with the Department of Energy, so.
Doesn't seem to know where he is or who I am. Yeah. He said his name was Peter Tench.
Peter Pench?
Ivan?
Of course. Of course they wouldn't.
Probably over the cameras. I'm the last one here. Everyone else is headed home. No, it's just me.
Okay, so it sounds like higher up man supervisor that he's talking to knows who this person is. And now he's asking who else knows about this, and the guy that we're hearing is like, I'm the only one. Rip dude in the suit, he's about to get fucking, he's about to sleep with the fishes, if you know what I mean.
Probably over the cameras. I'm the last one here. Everyone else is headed home. No, it's just me. Wait, hold on. This isn't him, is it?
Him. This isn't him, is it? Interesting. Okay. So. All right. There's some definite things we can infer from that. So again, which video here? Stop. I'm trying to find out which. I think it's this one. I think it's motion detected. Let's see here. No, it's not this one. Maybe it's missing persons. No, it's not this one either. Is it informational video? It is. Okay. I want to just review this part real quick, okay? So this, let's review this. So this is the, again, this seems to be, does this show a date?
The threshold without guided supervision.
I think at some point in time at the beginning
Never
here,
enter
it shows a
the
date.
complex alone. All expeditions are to be comprised of no fewer than 3 individuals.
Okay, so yeah, February 29th, 1990. That's what I thought. This seems like this is the first team going in, because there's not been anything established. The red line is not here. So this seems to kind of indicate that this is the first team going in to check in on what's happening, which would make sense on them covering up this guy here disappearing. So the camera view that we're seeing is from, this one individual. He goes in here with 3 others. Right? And clearly this guy sees the camera person. He sees him.
Now, that was 2 weeks ago.
So Tim and 3 others, they're talking. They're initially dragging this red line out here. So I guess indicate, you know, mark where they're going. And they've got instrumentation, I guess, in those boxes with them. Now he seemingly is in the lead. It's interesting that the people behind him, we can't really understand what they're saying. Whereas in videos in the future, we can. So I guess that could indicate that they've changed or upgraded their comms technology at some point in time. Because maybe that was part of the issue. Maybe when this guy disappeared, the team complained that, hey, you know, it's hard to hear each other when we're talking in these fucking hazmat suits. Let's get us some comms. Yeah, he heard noises down this corridor.
Guys, do you hear this?
He's trying to communicate to them, and they don't respond.
Hey guys, do you hear this?
Sees them walk by, and then bam, now they're gone. And so the rest of this is him wandering around.
Guys?
He does find whatever this shit is. I think that's the only kind of like other thing of mystery that really happens. Yeah, he makes his way through these various areas. There's some like dark area where he goes through the flashlight and he finds, you know, whatever this shit is, and then makes it back to this exit facility area, which is seemingly like the staging area we know of now. He opens the door and then these alarms go off. Look, he's never seen this before. He's confused. He trips off the motion sensors.
Hello? Hey!
So I think because of the response that we hear from the guy on the phone from the most recent video, I think we can rule out this being like a multiversal thing, and I think it's just a situation where this guy got shifted into the future. Because, you know, he has knowledge of a person that seemingly that disappeared. And it seems like, yeah, these guys covered it up, right?
This isn't him, is it?
Right, because like he literally says right there, this isn't him, is it? And previously he said, you know, he has no idea who this person is. He's not on, you know, the list of people who work there. That person who reappeared doesn't know the guy that we're hearing. So yeah, I think it's a situation. Yeah, it seems like a situation where they covered up this guy's disappearance. That's what it seems like. So interesting. I think we can roll out you know, multiverse kind of situation, but definitely seems like there's potentially time travel now is happening in the back rooms, you know? All theories can happen, but we're right about him shifting in the future. Exactly. So interesting. And yeah, they're definitely, you know, trying to set this up for funding. They're trying to work, like you said, with the Department of Energy to, you know, get they said they've got all the contracts signed, essentially. So it looks like they'd be moving forward with it. So yeah, again, bringing up more questions. We've got a few answers. So time is definitely fuckery, and time travel potentially can happen in the back rooms. Which I guess could also, like we said, explain the body that they found in there. You know, they found a body of a dead person who parts of his body had not started decaying at all, whereas other parts of his body had shown, like, I guess extreme, you know, rapid decay to the point where a lot of, you know, culture and bacteria taking over to start to eat away his body, kind of a situation. Seem like they are speedrunning sales though. Yeah, wouldn't be a good look during negotiations. Like, the higher ups know this whole thing is house cards. Well, I mean, I think it's a situation, and this is probably how a lot of these experiments, you know, things like this work, is like they've got enough proof to show that their theory does work, even though they are themselves aren't 100% sure how they were able to achieve it. So they're trying to, you know, make it look as shiny and pretty as possible so they can get funding so that they can, like, further their research and really figure out what happened and try to perfect it. That's kind of the situation that I feel that's going on. You know what I mean? Plus, I mean, yeah. So that's what I feel like is really going on behind the scenes as far as that goes. So, but yeah, I think that this guy shifting forward, and then the autopsy video we saw of them doing the autopsy, where different parts of that person's body seem to be decaying at maybe different rates, would indicate, I guess, maybe he was someone who, like, fell through a portal and went through maybe multiple time shifts, and then, I wonder if, because they said he died of malnutrition, you know, which I guess would indicate he starved to death. So I wonder if it's a situation where, like, they, like, maybe fell through multiple portals, and as they were going through different time shifts, he just starved. You know what I mean? Definitely look like him. Plus, with the time change, it could be a body from the future. Right, exactly. You know, you don't really know. So, some questions definitely answered today. I definitely think we can safely say that, yeah, time shifting is happening, and they're trying to cover things up and make things look as nice and neat and polishable as possible to get funding. Plus, I mean, it makes sense that they're trying to get contracts signed with the Department of Energy, because it would probably take a lot of energy to create, obviously, the magnetic field situations to create these, you know, spaces. So them getting contracts signed with the Department of Energy, which would then probably give them essentially access to limitless amounts of energy, so they could do a lot more and experiment with a lot more, and who knows. So yeah, Kid was the one who went in the last on the timeline, so it makes sense. So yeah, more intriguing pieces to the puzzle as we're moving along here with our adventure to the Backrooms. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Links will be down below in the description to Kane Pixel's channel and to the Backrooms playlist here that we've got going on, that we're going through. We're doing this reaction live from our YouTube members, so if you want to come in and hang out and join our discussions as we're watching the various videos here and trying to put the puzzle pieces together, would love to have you guys come in here. There's other benefits that you can take a look at. There's, you know, we got a Discord that's open to everyone, but there's a sub Discord area. You can come in and hang out and have some discussions with us there. You can also get early access to videos, you know, potentially up to a week long beforehand. Other things like that. So if you want to check those out, hit the join button down below. See if any of those have any interest for you. Regardless, I just appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy day to come in here and hang out, watch the videos. Greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, consider leaving a like and a sub. It helps me and helps the channel grow. And yeah, just appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to hang out. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.